BioWare hits the reset button on their flagship game, Gamestop continues to spiral, and PlayStation hits a new money-grabbing low. My name is Codiak, and we'll dive into all of that and more on This Week in Gaming. When it comes to overpromising and underdelivering, it's hard not to include Anthem in that conversation. The game captured our imagination with a massive open world, engaging aerial combat, and next-generation thinking, but what players experienced fell far short of that mark. This week, BioWare's general manager Casey Hudson released a short statement via the company's website that effectively put an end to speculation about what's next for the game. Hudson revealed that over the coming months, BioWare will be focusing on a longer-term redesign of the experience, specifically working to reinvent the core gameplay loop with clear goals, motivating challenges, and progression with meaningful rewards, while preserving the fun of flying and fighting in a vast science fantasy setting. In a few short paragraphs, what fans have been saying for years was finally cemented in reality by the brass at BioWare. The game was a failure, and changes need to be made. It's uncertain exactly how or when fans can expect to see this massive redevelopment of the title come to fruition, but as they say, the first step is admitting you have a problem. From one problem to the next, let's talk about the not-so-subtle elephant in the room that is Gamestop. The company many of us have fond memories of from the 90s is in a tailspin, and the hits just keep on coming. Last week, GameStop's debt was downgraded further into junk territory, increasing the probability of default. GameStop has been under attack for well over a decade, with downloadable, streaming, and subscription-based services becoming the new norm in family households. The company has tried to reinvent themselves over the past few years, but no amount of knickknacks will save GameStop from failing business practices and slumping sales. Looking back on 2019 doesn't paint a pretty picture either. A month ago, mid-January, the company was reporting a 27.5% year-over-year decline compared to the holiday season just a year prior. The truth is, the company does have a plan, but it's a painful one. A combination of selling off underperforming business assets like Simply Mac and Spring Mobile, closing stores, and proving to potential shoppers that brick and mortar still has a place in a 2020 world. For a game that came out in 2001, Runescape is doing remarkably well. Just a few weeks ago, figures confirmed that 2019 was actually the game's best year, and without missing a beat, players are now being treated to a brand new update. Nightmare of Ashihama introduces players to new content with a co-op focus, a first for the game. You'll be able to take on the Nightmare, a new boss, with up to 80 players at a time. If you do prefer to go it solo, you can do that as well, but according to the studio, only the very best will be able to kill the Nightmare alone. New rewards and a special unique item are all up for grabs, and with the game going stronger than ever, I have no doubt that players are looking forward to this new experience. Since we're talking about big news, we have to talk about The Division 2's upcoming expansion, Warlords of New York. The looter shooter enjoyed much greater success in the sequel than it did with the launch of the original title, The Division, and with the wind at its back, the team is looking to capitalize with a massive expansion and new location. The setting shifts from DC to New York with a new group of baddies, a new mission, and plenty more killing. Warlords of New York marks the start of The Division 2's Year 2 content and will allow new players to jump right into the expansion. Warlords of New York rocks a $30 standalone price tag, but potential new players can pick up the base game plus the expansion for just $10 more, plus get a free character boost to level 30. Warlords of New York releases on March 3rd for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's a dark day for PlayStation fans, especially those that are adamant that microtransactions have no place in their daily gaming experience. This week, Sony submitted a patent for AI, which suggests microtransactions to players that get stuck in games. It sounds like a thing of nightmares and a huge step back in terms of the progress made over the past few years against the idea of microtransactions. Of course, Sony defended the patent, describing this as an in-game resource surfacing platform, but honestly, what does that even mean? We'll have to keep a close eye on this as we get closer to the launch of the next-gen consoles, but until then, this is just a patent and could never see the light of day. Hopefully, it doesn't. Finally, I wanted to end with a bit of fun news. Fans of the Switch will be happy to hear that Nintendo lounges will be popping up in airports all around the US. 4 events in total will take place until the end of March and will include comfortable seating, Nintendo Switch and Switch Lite platforms, and playable demos of the platform's biggest titles: Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Party, and Tetris 99. Travelers visiting Dallas Love Field, Dulles International, Seattle Tacoma International, and O'Hare International will have the chance to play for free between February 13th to March 29th. And that's a look around the gaming industry at the news you need to know about. If you do want to keep the conversation going, feel free to click that link below and join us on Discord. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legion Gaming, thanks for watching and play on.